we just reacted to the original three Slendy Tubbies. So we have to finish it. We have to watch this.
Slendy Tubbies is
Link in the description.
back, baby! Well,
And it's
sort of.
hyper
If you've
realistic.
spent any amount of time on this channel before, you know that Slendy Tubbies and I have a bit of history together.
Mhm,
the
you
video
do.
of me playing through the series is still my most viewed video by far, and it's what pretty
Is
much
that good or
kickstarted my
bad?
channel. Now, I don't know how I missed this, but recently, a new Slendy Tubbies game released called Slendy Tubbies Zero, and I only found out about it when you guys started leaving comments asking me to make a video on it. So I got all hyped up. I was like, no way, ZeoWorks made a new Slendy Tubbies game after all these years?
It was
That's
made by
awesome.
him.
But when I went to go download it, I realized that it wasn't actually made by ZeoWorks.
Yeah, of
And
course.
To be honest, I was a little disappointed. But I ended up downloading it anyway, just to see what all the hype was about, and boy, was my initial
is it a
reaction
remake or is it an actual, like,
unjustified,
sequel?
because this game is actually really good, and it's rare to see this high of a production quality in a fan game. In case you missed it as well, Slendy Tubbies Zero is a fan game made by Host Game Studio, and is basically a complete reimagining of the events of the first game. It also brings back some old familiar faces, such as the Guardian Teletubby, who we played as in the original games, and of course our new protagonist, Ron, baby! Woo!
Wait,
Yeah,
they
those
actually
of you
turned the
who
meme
played the
character
original
into...
games or watched my first Slendy Tubbies video might remember Ron as the poor beaten up Teletubby you briefly talked to in the third game, only to
Yeah,
get
he's battered
chainsawed
in
to
the
death
first
by
one.
Dipsy mere moments later. Now, I think we can all agree that this was an incredibly tragic and traumatizing event, and that he deserved a better fate. So I'm very glad to see my boy Ron still alive and kicking in this game. Anyway, the game looks incredible, and I'm very excited to play it. So without wasting any more time, let's give you guys what you asked for, and jump right into Slendy Tubby Zero. The game starts off with Ron ordering someone to open up a door, but upon getting no response, he busts it down and enters a room that appears to be some sort of bunker or hideout. Ron is looking for his partner,
Is this made in
White, who,
Unreal
based on his character model,
4?
is without a doubt supposed to be the original Guardian Teletubby. We searched the room for a bit, but White is nowhere to be found. Looking at his computer,
not
he found
Unity,
several
is it?
emails from a company named Coat, the company Ron and White work for. They're claiming that White has not been fulfilling his duties as a Guardian and are demanding answers, but White
Lazy.
has never responded to any of these emails. We also find his diary, which has a page in it that suggests something has gone horribly wrong, and that he has taken shelter in a nearby cave.
Everything has
Upon
gone
finding
haywire.
this out, we leave the bunker in an attempt to find White and figure out what exactly went wrong here. Coming
White's
out of
dead.
the bunker, we arrive
Oh.
on the mainland with a flashlight in hand and a scrapbook, which shows us our current objectives and also contains a very helpful map. We also have a camera, but we won't be needing that for now. After walking around the mainland
it for,
a
like, the
bit,
true
we come
ending?
across the Tubby
To
dome.
get
Making
evidence?
our way inside, we find Dipsy's severed head and Nunu performing donuts around his corpse. I tried to tell him how incredibly disrespectful that was, but he really didn't want to listen
Stop
and just
tweaking the
continue what he
truth.
was doing. So I eventually gave up and decided to leave, as I wanted absolutely no part in the desecration of Dipsy's corpse. I then came across a bunny stuck in a bear trap and realized I could pick it up, and upon doing so, Ron said something very disturbing. Holding a dead bunny in his hand, Ron said, and I quote, "Okay, if I put it in."
That's just a very unfortunate...
Luckily though, I quickly found out that what he actually meant was that we should put the bunny into Dipsy's corpse, which is
Very
somehow way less
unfortunate.
disturbing than what I originally
I don't even
thought.
know.
For some
Dialogue, I
reason,
guess.
this calmed Nunu down, which allowed us to
Calling it
grab a
dialogue is
note off of
debatable.
him.
It's literally just one
They ask
line.
you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
After collecting the note, we make our way outside again, where we have our first encounter with the new monster of this game. Oh. Okay.
I saw it.
Well, that was ominous. So I guess we'll just follow the path. I mean, I could look at the map, but I just want to explore on my own a little bit. Yo, what the yo!
Yeah,
Get the
it's
fuck,
a
dude, run!
It
I
was a
pressed the
big
wrong button.
purple
Dude, get the
character
fuck-
in a
dude,
white fog, bro. I
run!
do not see it.
Go, 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 go! Dude, go, 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 go! He's still following me. Go, dude, run! Oh, the music stopped. He's gone. He's gone. Yo, that actually kind of startled me a little bit, not gonna lie. Yeah, as you probably remember, in the original games, eating a Tubby custard would turn a Teletubby into a freaky mutant creature. But in this game, it basically just turns them into a zombie, which isn't half as interesting as the variety of monsters in the original games. But I guess they're going
to
for
be
more
fair
of a
though,
grounded
in
take on the
Slendy
story
Tubbies
without
1,
too
it
much
was
of the
just,
goofiness
yeah.
the original games had. And I'd say it works for the tone
It was
that
just
this
a
game
white
is going
face.
for. Anyway, after escaping,
They
we
even have a
continue
weapon.
exploring and come across Poe's scooter. And after realizing that I'm able to move the thing, I spend the next 2 minutes pushing it around before coming across a playground, in which we find what is probably the most terrifying thing that we'll encounter
A
in
woman.
this entire playthrough. The lion.
Oh.
Yeah, so in case you don't know, this lion appeared in an old episode of the Teletubbies, which got banned from TV because parents started complaining that it scared their children.
Oh. Okay.
I am the scary lion with big scary
Okay, to be fair, if I was a child, this would probably scare me as well.
And now he's just hanging out here in this playground, following us around with his eyes when we move, which I don't like at all. So we do the only sensible thing we
I'd
can
kill it.
do and push this creepy furry ass into the ocean.
Bye bye, Tata, goodbye, Gaya.
Here on this beach, we also find another note lying next to Lala's body. We pick it up and have our second encounter with Tinky Winky, but we're once again able to escape and continue exploring. After some more walking around, we come across a storage basement with a broken fuse box. Ron says that he can fix it with some spare parts from inside the basement, but that he first needs to get the key, which is back at the hideout. So we continue on for now. Eventually, we find the cave in which White is supposedly hiding, and see a big red emergency door upon entering it. We knock on the door, telling White that we found
Says
him,
there's shit
and
beaten
ask
out
him
of it.
why he broke the fuse box. But the only thing he tells us is to go away.
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
Can you actually
A bit
spam it?
further up into the cave, we find another note hanging next to this strange cave painting. Surprisingly, Tinky Winky doesn't attack us after collecting it this time, so we're free to make our way out of the cave and finish up our last objective, search the loop. Now there is no area on the map called the loop, but there is this part where the path goes in a loop, so I figured that's probably where they want us to go. On our way over there, we come across Lala's ball, which made my primitive monkey brain come up with a genius idea.
Jump
I
on it.
pushed the ball all the way over to the Tubby Dome with the intention of throwing it down the slide. Only when I finally got the damn thing up there, which wasn't easy mind you, I saw that the hatch to the slide was closed, making the last 5 minutes nothing more than a complete waste of my time. Worst game ever.
Womp womp.
0 out of 10. After
Not
that,
enough
we finally
slides.
find
Too
our
much
last
water.
note, which is attached to a tree that has a very strange ornament hanging from it. I've never seen it before, but maybe it's some kind of
Collector's
holiday
item.
tradition in Teletubby culture. I don't know. We collect the final note and are once again attacked by Tinky Winky. Only this time, he just decides to teleport right in front of us while we're running away, which unfortunately gets us killed.
Why you bully me?
Now,
Skill
I
issue.
figured that it probably didn't count the last note, and worst case scenario, I'd have to redo the last objective. Only when I respawned and opened the scrapbook, I saw that I had to redo literally
Yeah, that's
everything
pretty
we
normal
just
for these
did.
types of games.
So after redoing that whole section, we make our way back to the hideout and contact Code, who tell us that they've sent some agents our way, and that if White somehow escapes punishment for what happened, which considering the situation means he probably fucking died, responsibility will be passed on to us. Apparently, the habit of corporate assholes shifting blame to the most convenient underling isn't just a human problem, but affects Teletubbies as well. Using the notes that we just collected, we figure out the code needed to unlock the drawer of White's desk, which contains the key to the storage basement. We unlock it, grab the key, and try to
Why
make
is
our
this
way
full
over
of
to the basement.
fucking pills?
As soon as we leave the bunker, however, we get sucker punched by Tinky Winky, who then steals the key from us and teleports away like the coward that he is.
Baba Booey.
So now we have to somehow find a way to get the key back from this axe-wielding maniac, preferably without getting killed. Luckily for us, Tinky Winky has set up a bunch of bear
Wow.
traps all over the map, some of which we can pick up and use for ourselves. So we set up one of these bear traps, wait for Tinky Winky to come and attack us, lure him into the trap, teabag the ever-living shit out of this purple pleb, yoink the key from his neck, and quickly make our way to the basement. Once inside, we make our way down this ridiculously long flight of stairs and run into this strange shadow figure.
What is that?
Now, I was kind of confused as to what to do here at first because running into it just results in a jump scare. But after trying that a couple of times, I saw that the camera icon started flashing. So I pulled it out and tried getting past it again, but was still unable to. Luckily, I eventually figured out that if you left click while holding the camera, it switches to night vision. And if you look at the figure while night vision is activated, it somehow disappears. I guess he's just camera
yeah,
shy
it's
or
scared.
something, I don't know. We continue walking and make our way through this giant room where there's just a bunch of pallets and crates floating around for some reason, before eventually running into a couple more of these shadow figures. These ones aren't as camera shy as the first one though, so we just avoid them. We then stumble upon a yummy tubby custard staring us right in the face, tempting us with its pink gooey deliciousness. But I didn't really have much of an appetite, considering I was being stared at by a bunch of shadow creatures. So we just walk past it for now. We then run into another one of these figures, but this time as we activate our night vision, we can see that the figure is actually Poe. So I guess the camera shy
How
ones
did you
are
figure
supposed
that
to be
out, bro?
Poe.
Oh,
The other
the
ones are
top of
just
the head, I
some
guess.
random unfortunate souls, forever trapped in this basement like a bunch of Discord mods. We make our way down the hallway
Hey,
before running into another
Discord
one of
mods
these
always
shadows
get paid,
that
bro.
we can't get past. So we turn around and eat the custard anyway, as that's really our only option, which then teleports us into another hallway. I guess Poe didn't like the fact that we ate her custard, because we then get put into a chase sequence where we have to try not to get caught by Poe while simultaneously getting rid of any shadow creatures blocking our way.
Sweetest Hootie, I'm coming for that booty.
After successfully avoiding Poe, we make our way into another room where we find Lala sitting next to a tubby custard. We try to approach her very carefully, but quickly find out she's not hostile. She just stares at you, very intently.
To be fair,
those
Lala's
hollow-ass
missing like
eyes.
half her skin.
But now we're in a bit of a pickle here, because swimming around in the custard in front of her are the spare parts we need to fix the fuse box. And I was pretty sure that picking them up was gonna piss her off. So instead we look around some more to see if there's anything else in here, and come across another bunny. We pick it up, walk back over to Lala, and give her the bunny. Now I was pretty sure that she was gonna eat it or do something else messed up to
What,
it,
just pets
but
it?
instead she just very gently picked it up, hugged it, and then said thank you. Now that's just depressing, really. We then pick up the spare parts, make our way back to the hideout to assemble the spare parts, then make our way back to the basement entrance again to fix the fuse box, and right after we're done repairing it, we get jumped by Tinky Winky, who completely knocks us out this time. When we wake up, we find ourselves tied up in the Tubby Dome across from our friend White. Unfortunately, Tinky Winky was able to get to him before we were, and stole his hat, and his face. Okay, seriously? This game needs to put some respect on my boy White, okay? I mean, this is the damn Guardian Teletubby we're talking about here.
Well,
the same guy who in the original games
yeah, I
fought a
guess.
giant robot
Yeah, but
mech
this is
suit
before
and a
he did
four-legged
that.
fireball spitting
hadn't-
pole
he hadn't
mutant with
acquired
nothing
his
but a
aura yet.
chainsaw and won. And he did it all while having the biggest shit-eating grin on his face as well. This guy was literally smiling in the face of death throughout the entire game. He was a fucking unstoppable force of nature. And now you're telling me that that same guy now got his face chewed off by zombie Tinky Winky off screen while he was hiding in a cave? Talk about character assassination, man. Tinky then shoves our face into a tubby custard, which I guess puts us into some kind of hallucination where we play red light, green light with these giant spinning eyes in the sky.
They don't get the eyes from dimensional doors.
When we wake up again, we find ourselves back at the hideout, where there's now some asshole sitting in my chair for some reason. Even though he didn't have a face anymore, I couldn't help but notice that
Wait.
he kinda looked like us.
Oh.
But as far as I know, we're still playing as Ron, so I guess this is just some random dude, or Ron is hallucinating or something, I don't know. Whoever he is though, I think he kinda deserved what happened to him for sitting in my chair. We leave the hideout again and run into another custard. We pick it up and get the objective of finding 7 more. This is basically just the classic Teletubbies concept where you have to collect 8 custards without dying, except with all the new mechanics of this game. Tinky Winky will once again attack us at random as we're trying to collect the custards. The custards will sometimes also be guarded by either Lala or Poe. If Poe is guarding a custard, you can just pull out your camera again to make her go away. Not really a big deal. Lala, on the other hand, is an annoying little shit. Hold on, why are there 2 Lalas? If Lala is guarding one of the custards,
bunny
you have
every
to
time.
go find a bunny somewhere on the map, bring it all the way back with you, and give it to her, which then allows you to grab the custard. Now, it's not like there's only one bunny on the map or anything. There are multiple, but you won't always know where they are, as the locations of the bunnies are random. And having to look for bunnies on top of the actual custards themselves can get pretty annoying. Now, it's important to note that you can't technically pick up the custards anyway, even if they're being guarded by
Or they
Lala
just
or
go up to
Poe,
chase you.
but this will deal quite a significant amount of damage, which you can't really afford because Tinky Winky is absolutely ruthless during this portion of the game. He's not playing around anymore.
No. Wait.
He'll often distort your screen or teleport right in front of you as you're trying to run
What
away.
the fuck happened to your
sometimes
screen, bro?
already in the middle of his attack animation, making it almost impossible to consistently dodge his attacks. Now you can take 4 hits from Tinky Winky before dying, assuming you don't step in any bear traps or take damage from Lala or Poe. And even though that may sound like quite a lot, it really isn't with how often he attacks. I was stuck at this section of the game for well over an hour, and I just couldn't beat it, no matter
Still
how
issue.
hard I tried. I honestly considered giving up a couple of times, especially since every time you do die, the game gives you very helpful tips, such as quickly turn around and run to avoid incoming
That's what I'm
attacks.
thinking, bro.
Yeah, thank you, game.
Just
for
don't
that
walk into it.
incredibly helpful piece of advice. How do you expect me to do that though, when he keeps spawning right in front of my nuts, already in the
Okay, to be fair, you walked past them and you were far away and he still hit you. That's
middle of his damn attack animation?
Suspect.
So who do you think I am? The Flash? Fucking Sonic? Come on now. Fortunately though, I am widely known for my incredible amount of patience and perseverance, so I kept at it. And on my final attempt, I came across a groundbreaking discovery.
Oh my
So
god.
at several points throughout the map, you can find Dipsy's headless body just standing around
Fucking
doing
turning
nothing.
around.
And if you approach him, he will start to hold up his hand like you owe him money or something. Now here's the thing, if you take a bunny to one of these Dipsies and give it to him, he will fully heal you. Fully.
Oh.
Where was this tip during the game over screen, huh? I legit beat this section first try after discovering this. It made everything so much easier. Now, to be honest, I don't know how I didn't figure this out sooner, but that's besides the point. It would have been nice if the game let you know you could do this one way or another. I mean, a simple message like Dipsy will heal you if you bring him some food during the game over screen would have been more than enough. Definitely would have been way more helpful than basically saying, you can beat the game by not dying. But anyway, after collecting the final custard, the game glitches out, and we once again wake up in the Tubby Dome and get our face shoved into a custard. This time, we wake up in some kind of void and have to keep making our way towards a glowing orb, while glitch effects become worse and worse. We eventually arrive at the Tubby Dome again and make our way inside by using the slide. Oh, so now it's open, huh? Once inside, we spot a huge shadow creature walking towards us. This time, however,
Doesn't
we
even
get
look
to
scary, it looks fucking stupid.
even the playing field as we find an axe laying around and pick it up. Now armed with our newly acquired axe, we have one final objective to complete: hunt down Tinky Winky.
It's be about time.
We then get to play through this really cool section where we now basically play as the killer and have to track down Tinky Winky as he's running across the map collecting custards.
Can he actually collect them?
You got me now. You figured me out. You fucking income fucking poop.
After striking him for a third and final time, we get this cutscene where Ron kills Tinky Winky, looks at his hands as his vision becomes red and blurry, and jumps on Tinky's body. We then get another cutscene of some code agents finally arriving at the mainland. One of the agents finds Ron's camera lying on the beach and picks it up. They make their way inside the Tubby Dome and find Ron kneeled over Tinky Winky's body. They look at him for a couple of seconds, but then he turns around and attacks them. The screen then goes to black, and
Wow.
the game ends. Wait, so you're telling me that Ron died again? And that wraps up the story mode of Slendy Tubby Zero. Like I said at the beginning, my expectations for this game weren't very high. I mean, I love the original Slendy Tubby.
Bro, I zoned out for like half of that video. I was just gone. I can actually feel myself falling asleep. Not because of the video, just because I'm gone, I'm tired. Okay. I'll end it a bit early. Yeah. No moral of the story this time. You got the moral in the last video. Get over it.